Hello and welcome to this FPL Gameweek 10 AI Wildcard Team reveal with me, Holly Shand. We've been tracking the AI team since the start of the season. The time has come to hit the wildcard button to get Salah in. So let's see the best predicted point scorers over the next 5 game weeks and that all-important wildcard reveal. Like and subscribe as well. Let's get this one to 500 likes. Let's get into it. Starting off with goalkeepers then and their predicted points over the next 5 game weeks, and it's Arsenal's David Raya who's in first place, knocking Ederson off top spot as Arsenal's fixtures improve on 21.4 points. But after a shaky performance against Chelsea in game week 9, his security of starts is not that guaranteed with Ramsdale waiting in the wings. Johnston currently winning the battle of the 4.5 million-ish goalkeepers right now on 19.9 predicted points over the next 5 game weeks. Interestingly, no room in the top 10 for Onana or Leno, who are pretty highly owned in FPL right now. Moving on to defenders, and this is really interesting because first place goes to Tsimikas. Robertson out injured for the next couple of months will mean that we get a string of starts for Tsimikas in the side, hopefully, although there is a bit of competition for places and we did see him substituted early in game week 9, so that's something to keep an eye on. Obviously the premiums, Trent and Trippier, are well up there, but no other Newcastle defenders in the top 10 now as their easier fixtures come to an end. We've got Arsenal defenders really rising up in this list. White, Zinchenko and Gabriel all making the top 10. No room for any Spurs defenders as well, so it does feel like a changing of the guard. Really good wildcard swing for those who have got the chip active this week. Looking at midfielders, it is, of course, Salah out in front to Son and Saka, with these three the significant ones to own in our midfield right now. Obviously, it's difficult fitting them in, but there are some budget options to help us here. We've got Gordon coming in 9th on 24.9 predicted points. He's one that could really help us. And Bomo, no room for him in the top 10, but Matoma does keep his spot. 3 Arsenal midfielders in here, by the way. Saka, Martinelli and Odegaard. Saka probably favourite to take the next penalty and the best set-piece involvement, but don't rule out Martinelli and Odegaard either, given Arsenal's really nice run of fixtures. And the other thing I wanted to highlight, there's Bruno Fernandes is still there in 4th place. Obviously, penalties helping his cause. No Marcus Rashford, though. Those are managers that have held Rashford this far. It's absolutely the time to sell. If you needed any encouragement, this is it. Moving into the forward line, this is a significant bit. Managers debating going no Haaland. 40.5 predicted points in the next 5 game weeks. First place, ahead of Salah in second on 33.5. No other player getting within 10 points of Haaland in this spell. Encouraging you guys to stay patient. Watkins is probably not surprisingly is second, but it's not a runaway. I know Watkins has looked brilliant in recent weeks with 10 attacking returns in his last 5 games. Great fixtures for Villa, but AI not that hot on his potential given his underlying numbers, which remain mediocre. Alvarez still in the top 10 but drops to 5th. Some managers wondering now, when City's fixtures turning for the worse, it could be time to move him on. Wissa currently beating him on predicted points and at a cheaper price in there. Callum Wilson in there as well. No Isaac in the top 10. AI really liking Wilson at the moment, interestingly. He's got such high potential even when he doesn't make the starting 11. And no Darwin Núñez in the top 10. Liverpool's fixtures are red hot. They're here, but it's minutes for Núñez. That means that the AI is not enjoying his fantasy potential over the next 5 game weeks. If we look at how the AI team is getting on, not the worst start to the campaign. 1.2 million at the time of recording, 78 points in game week 9. Highest rank it's been is 555k. After a pretty disastrous 4 million rank in game week 1, been comfortably inside the top 2 million since then. And things seem to align last week. Goalkeeper decision was incorrect, but Trippier and Pinnock providing big points in the defence. Hauls from Son, Maddison and Fernandes in midfield, and Haaland and Wissa up front. But I think looking at how prolific Salah could be in the next period and his utility for the armband as well, now is the time to play the wildcard. Now, the AI Wildcard team will look different to the optimal wildcard team on Fantasy Football Hub because of the team value here. We can't get to that optimal squad, but remember, you can access the optimal wildcard team for your squad on the Fantasy Football Hub My Team tool using the link in the description to this video. That'll get you 30% off your membership. So it's Johnston that gets the nod between the sticks for the AI wildcard team. 4 predicted points at home to Spurs this week. And then the back line, Trippier retains his place. Unfortunately, we can't afford Watkins in this side, but it does afford to keep Trippier in the defence. You cannot own them all right now, unfortunately. Great fixture again this week, Wolves away. And then Cash actually drops out of the defence, and it's Tsimikas and Gabriel that complete the back line. Really high hopes for them with their form and their fixtures coming up. And then it's the midfield that I'm really excited about. That golden trio of Salah, Saka and Son. Really exciting to own those. Matoma keeps his place with Brighton's fixtures improving once again. And Gordon is the secret to unlocking this side. Obviously, he's got his suspension out the way. He's looking like he's still in form. Great run of fixtures still for Newcastle United. 5.6 million. He's a bargain. And then it's Haaland up front, and Wissa actually retains his place now. I know the fixtures are a little bit of a mixed bag for Brentford, but he does have some form, and we do need to bear in mind that, at this price point, the options are still pretty limited in attack. So this is what the team will look like going into game week 10. Obviously, it's been optimised by the AI, so it's got a 100% team rating for game week 10, a game week rating of 96%, which is not bad either. 68.2 predicted points. I'm really excited to see how it can perform. There's a few players with home games. Crucially, when it comes to captaincy, it is Haaland that gets the armband on 7.5 predicted points for the Manchester derby, ahead of Salah against Forest at home on 7.1 predicted points. In terms of the differences from the optimal team, because we do have a weaker team value, it's Trippier that we've got in this side over Matty Cash, and Matoma in the midfield over Diaby, with Wissa over Watkins up front. So they would be the differences if you had the funds to spread the cash around, move it into the forward line rather than the defence, with a triple up on Villa, who have got those form and fixtures balance really looking great at the moment. Remember, you can get all of the points predictions as a Fantasy Football Hub member with 30% off right now using the link in the description to this video. You also get a 7-day free trial. So if you are on a wildcard this week, I highly recommend checking it out because you really don't have anything to lose. Let's like and subscribe for this one. Get this one to 500 likes. All of your support is really appreciated. And I've dropped the link in the description to this video to the press conference to deadline charity stream, which is going to be a 6-hour marathon on Friday. I hope you can join me for that one as well. Thank you for watching.